ovary has a, this is the meso ovarium, and these are ovarian vein and artery. This is the medulla. This is the cortex. In cortex of the ovary, you have different actually follicles. Do you remember the meiosis we already covered on the lecture? So because the oocytes are valuable for us, you understand? Because are valuable for us, we keep them in the safe. And we cover the oocyte in the surrounding structure. Basically, you have different level of these and different growing of this. All of you girls born with a primordial oocyte. What is the primordial oocyte? Inside of primordial oocyte, you have primary oocyte is covered by this few follicular cells that simple squamous. They are very teeny tiny. You born with the, at the beginning during the development, you producing a huge number of them. When you born, you already born with between 12,000 till 20,000 of these primordial follicles. These are at rest, which means they are stop growing. Till when? Till puberty. And till puberty, they are degenerate. Majority of them are degenerate. In each month after puberty, few of them, between 8 till 10 of them, start growing. 7 months later, one of them as a mature follicle expel and ovulated the secondary oocyte. So whenever you are talking about the follicle, you are talking about the structure, the mass of the cells. At the center you have oocyte. And when during expel, your secondary oocyte expel. Also secondary oocyte is covered by the other cells as well. We will go and talk about this with more detail later. So whatever you find in the cortex of the ovary, you will find the follicles in their different actually a stage of development. You may have primordial follicle, you may have primary follicle, or secondary follicle and mature follicle. Only mature follicle expel secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte actually is the end of the meiosis 1 and is start meiosis 2 but not finish that. Secondary oocyte arrest in metaphase 2 till when? If the sperm penetrate to secondary oocyte, they can finish their meiosis. If they do not penetrate it by a sperm, they never finish. They're going out without finishing the meiosis. So for complete meiosis 2, you have to have penetration with sperm. So here you have a different actually structure of the follicles. Primordial follicle, primary follicle. If you have more than one layer, the follicles secrete fluid, follicular fluid that push the oocyte to the side. If you have fluid, we call them secondary follicle. If you do not have, we call them primary follicle. So what happened after the secondary follicle expelled out during the ovulation?